Does IGN take credit for Nintendo making a live action Zelda film? Considering that you
No,
guys
no, absolutely not.
who
Absolutely not.
knows, they may have
No.
referenced that when they were thinking about it. Quite
If
possibly.
look, considering how long it took for them to make one, maybe you had the
Well,
opposite effect, and they said, "Oh, this looks like crap. Let's not make one." I thought they would do Zelda as an animated show,
so
and
did
like
I.
you see stuff like Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix. You're like, "Oh, that's what it should look like."
Yeah.
Maybe not as much blood and finger cutting and stuff, but yeah, no, I was actually surprised that they're doing live action.
Yeah, so was I.
Yeah,
I thought they'd do the whole animated thing. They'd follow in the steps of Mario.
yeah,
Yeah, so
because the creatures obviously you can CG everything, but like characters like Ganon are tough to pull off. I think like where pull off in a way where you go, that looks like the thing that I have in my mind, and even Link, very difficult to pull off, voice or no voice, right? I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. Look at The Last of Us. That was beautiful.
yeah, it was. And adaptations of video games are getting better and better now. I mean, there
Yeah.
used to be what's known as the video game movie curse, right? Where
Yeah,
every
well, thank
video
you,
game.
Uwe Boll, right? The German director. He just kind of, it was more like a tax write-off than an intent to actually make good movies. It was the same hump that comic book movies had to get over. I grew up as a kid excited about with Spider-Man and Thor and loved the Fantastic Four, and always wondered, why don't we get these as movies and TV shows? And then we got one. We're like, oh, that's why. It took Tim Burton and Batman to break that curse. And suddenly, and then it didn't quite go full. Like, we still didn't get a real Spider-Man. We still didn't get Marvel. And then it took it took the MCU to break that curse once and for all. And now what used to be niche characters, like you could walk around town and show somebody an Iron Man comic book 20 years ago and they wouldn't have known who the character is. Now it's $1 billion movie franchise. Each movie makes $1 billion, and everybody recognizes Iron Man. That's going to happen
Yeah.
with video games.
I do wonder what they're going to do, because are they going to shoot it on the volume? Are they going to shoot it on set? How much of it is CGI? How much of it isn't?
It'll be a lot of
Um,
CGI for sure, for sure.
I personally think they should shoot it in New Zealand, just because the Lord of the Rings was done here and it was, the
So
fantasy setting.
you can tell that the Nintendo Zelda team are huge fans of Lord of the Rings, because Twilight Princess came out after Peter Jackson's films, and it had like the wild boar like warg riding. It had scenes that looked very much like Lord of the Rings, and so I think that's the look and the style they love. I wouldn't be
I think they even
surprised.
said
Yeah,
that during
yeah,
development. They referenced Lord of the Rings. I think
yeah.
Miyamoto even said to reference it.
Yep.
I think I remember
Yeah.
reading it somewhere. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
we'll see.